Mm-mm.
I think we're live. We're probably live. If anybody can confirm, make sure that I know what I'm doing. Uh,
Twitch chat. That's a great idea.
yeah. Oh,
What
yeah.
a
Yep.
wild ride, man.
Yeah. Okay, we are live. Cool. Hello and welcome to Seekers of the Scorpion Crown on the Greyhawk channel. We are a weekly BX D&D game playing live Saturdays, 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I am Lex, the DM, and I'm joined by some very wonderful players and a special guest for today's session. But before I can get into any of that, I've got to talk about lovely products and sponsors and all of the things that make this channel go round. Let's transition to a different slide, everyone. Special thanks. Hey, first and foremost, Patreon supporters and Twitch subs. You make this channel happen. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be able to do this show. So thank you so much for all of your support of the channel. Next, we have Roll20. Roll20 is a virtual tabletop. You can go to roll20.net and use it for free. You can also pay to have a subscription so that you can use extra features like dynamic lighting and cool stuff like that. It's got battle maps. You can import tokens and backgrounds into it. It has all kinds of dice rolling stuff. It supports all sorts of different rule systems. It's great. Check it out if you haven't. Up next, we have Heroic Maps. Heroic Maps, the official map sponsor of the Greyhawk channel. They have a library of more than 300 maps over on DriveThruRPG, and they're really, really nice. So check those out if you've got time and you want some digital maps, maybe to use in Roll20. I don't know. I'm not gonna tell you how to live your life, but I think it's a good idea. Uh, Next, we have Tabletop Loot. You can go to tabletoploot.com and enter the code Greyhawk in the coupon code box to get 15% off your dice order. Everyone loves dice. You can't get enough of them. Why not get 15% off some? Take advantage. And finally, hey, those Patreon supporters and Twitch subs that I talked about at the beginning of this. Did you cool cats know that if you are one of you, you can go over to the Discord, the Greyhawk channel's private Discord, and get coupon codes for ruinc.com and Cantrip Candles. I am going to see, even though I do not monetarily support the channel, if I can take advantage of this coupon code and get Cantrip Candles because I really want to save money on them. But you don't have to cheat like me. You can, if you're a supporter, you could just get that code. So go for it. It's real good. You're already given to the channel. Let the channel give back to you. Let's see if we're still good. We are. We almost had a video issue. I'm going to transition back. Wow. So, hey, here we are. Like I said, I'm Lex. I'm the DM, and I'm going to introduce all my very cool players and our special guest, and they're going to say who they are and what they are playing. Actually, with the exception of our guest can say who he is and maybe where he can be found online, but his character is going to be a bit of a surprise until they show up later in the session. So, actually, let's start with you, Eden. Tell everybody
I want to
who you
start with me.
are. Yeah, yeah.
Hello, everyone. My name is Aidan Lacey. I'm dialing in at 6 a.m. from Sydney, Australia today. It's a pleasure to be here. I'm not normally on this show, but you probably know that because you normally watch it anyway. I'm normally in a show called Dragon Friends, which is on Twitch at the terrible time of 2 a.m. Wednesdays Pacific. Anyone wanna tune in with an adult swim of Dungeons and Dragons? It's a bit raunchy. Anyway, it's a pleasure to be here. Thanks for having me.
Nice, nice. That's a good bit of branding. The Adult Swim of Dungeons and Dragons. Yeah, I like that. Very smart.
We're very liberal with our dirty words. Anyway, I'll be playing clean today. Playing clean.
Oh yes, this is a PG-13 show. Everyone, please. Jordan.
My name is Jordan with a silent PH in the middle, and I do YouTube stuff. If you're interested in Forgotten Realms lore, we know you are. You're confused by it. You want to have a guide that takes you all the way through the lore of the Forgotten Realms for Dungeons and Dragons. That's me. I'm your guide. So go over to YouTube/Jordan with a PH in the middle and check out videos that I make.
Good videos.
Oh, and I am playing Anger the Cleric today because I have lost every other one of my characters.
They're all dead. I killed them
I
all.
have one character left, so we're going to hold on to him for dear life.
All right. But they did level up, so
Yeah.
a little less squishy.
A little less squishy. So
Michaela.
save versus death is what scares me.
There you go. Well, there's not much to do when you fail one of those. Michaela.
Hello, I'm Michaela. My pronouns are she, they, and most places around the internet, I am McBoots42, and I play Dungeons and Dragons all the time, online and in person. And you can actually catch me at Portland's Orcs this Monday, running an Orcs in Hell August event, and I'm gonna tiefling it up. It's gonna be a great time. So I'm sure you'll hear more about that if you check me out in my different places. Yeah.
Nice. So finally, last but not least, also we're not joined by Wild Engineer today, unfortunately. He is got some previous engagement. So the last person we will be hearing from for introductions is good old Davis.
Hello, Davis here. You know who I am, or maybe you don't. And if you don't, I'm from Dank Dungeons. You should check us out on YouTube or on Twitter or on Facebook. And that's Lex. Lex, you know, me and Lex, Dank Dungeons together. This is a very informative spot for Davis. I play Cramble, the elf, and Onion the thief. Or is the name Anand again? I don't know.
Who knows?
We'll find out. We'll see if they survive.
If they survive. They won't. Spoilers. Okay, so we gotta do a recap. What happened last time? Last week we had a break because it was Gen Con, so I was just like, let's take the week off. I'm not going to Gen Con, I'm just gonna be asleep, but I'd love to take a week off. Love an excuse.
We lost so much.
We lost two weeks ago when we had our last session. We had another special guest on who did betray the party. It was a big dramatic thing. We had Celeste Conowitch on, and she played the role of Lareth Kingsmill, their lovely archaeologist friend, but maybe not. Maybe that's not what she was playing in the end. The party had ventured to the Tower of the Sands, which is a tower in the Bright Desert. They were looking for clues as to the location of Enmekar, the forgotten city buried somewhere out in the desert. They traversed the tower, dealing with all of its time puzzles and other weird things. People got killed by a crystal golem. That was fun for me. And a character almost aged to death in a room. That was also really cool. I like that trap. And when all was said and done, they figured out how to get the scrolls and the information that was on them, and it was great. Kingsmill, played by Celeste, found those scrolls. She was gonna read them to the party, and then was like, "No way! I'm gonna burn these scrolls, burn the heck out of them." Boom, mic drop, and the whole party was just like, "What's going on?" And shortly thereafter, Celeste transformed into a Arcanoloth. For those who know D&D fiends, they are a type of Yugoloth. They are kind of like dog-headed. They humanoids with the head of a jackal, and they're real mean, and they cast lots of spells. We found out this was kind of one of the big old antagonists of the campaign, and could be the final boss. Who knows? Narrative foreshadowing. After finding out the information and destroying it before the party could read it, the creature then teleported away, but not before killing good old Jarmy, the party fighter, by tearing his throat right out. After that, the party is left in the tower, having just gotten the actual Kingsmill back, and probably reeling from the loss of their comrades and the loss of the information that they so dearly sought and seen.
Poor Jeremy.
I'm so sorry.
That tower started so lovely and turned out to be so dangerous. Says Cramble.
What are our options now, Mr. DM? Like,
You're
have we thoroughly explored this area?
I mean, you're sitting in this tower. You know that. Gosh,
I mean, I just feel like we were betrayed so bad that part of this is Jordan. Part of Jordan feels that we lost the campaign, and so
you got hoodwinked so bad you lost the entire campaign. Let me start some music here real quick. Yeah, the you guys have. I mean, you've explored most of the tower. You know that it's not super pleasant outside in terms of there's like a little bit of a sandstorm starting up, and the tower isn't really going to offer you much protection. But yeah, what do you have? I mean, you don't have the scrolls you were looking for. You do have that book that you got off of that cleric.
Oh, that's true. Cleric of
St. Cuthbert.
St. Cuthbert. Anger will flip through this book one more time looking for clues to see where we can go, or if it points us in a general direction.
The book doesn't contain any reference to Enmekar because this guy, I guess, didn't know about it. But it does talk about some of the dangers he encountered in the Bright Desert prior to his untimely demise in the Fast Age Room. And he talks about... because he was adventuring before Rary showed up. So he doesn't talk about Rary at all because that's not some... I mean, he knows who Rary is, but he doesn't... Rary isn't in the Brightlands at that point. So he's talking about the nomadic tribes, how they're dangerous. He talks about these horrible cactus monsters that are terrifying, that suck your blood. It's a very flowery description, but it sounds real bad, so it kind of catches your eye. And he talks about a dragon that roams the desert and wreaks havoc on people quite frequently. He also talks about some of the different cities that are around, but you kind of already know about those, like Histak and stuff.
Is this dragon, the way he writes, is it evil and should be avoided, or is it something that is intelligent that we could communicate with? And
he hasn't run into it, at least according to his notes, so he doesn't know. But he knows that it brings storms with it where it goes. Lightning storms specifically.
I look out the window. Is there a giant lightning storm heading our way? Okay. Again, Jordan the player is thinking dragons would know where Enmekar is. They're ancient. Do we want to go find a dragon?
The book does mention that he thinks that the dragon might hang out at Dagger Rock, and I can bring up the map. Boom. Yeah, Dagger Rock is where he thinks it is, probably where that dragon lives. He also, there's general information on some of the other locations. Obviously, there isn't anything on Rary's Tower, but there is some stuff about some of the different oasis. Shembai Oasis specifically, don't go there. This book calls that out, like, yo, there's a whole lot. This place is like horribly cursed. Whatever you do, don't go here.
Okay. Options party?
Well, I think we probably shouldn't go to that one place, but well, let's look at the map again and see where we can go.
DM.
Next.
Okay. I've brought...
Michaela says as she looks for the map.
I just took the map off stream, but I'll bring it back up. Now it's back up on stream.
Well, I'm looking for our
Oh yeah, you have the file of it somewhere. I don't know.
somewhere.
I gave
don't
it.
know.
I gave it to you at one point.
So we're in the Tower of the Sands. I mean, Rary's Tower's right there. That's probably a place to avoid.
What's the Zocal? Zochal. Zochal?
Zochel. The Kingsmill knows what that is. She
Kingsmill.
talks about how she was just like, yeah, that's it was one of the ruined city of Solm. There was apparently like some sort of vault there that had a magical seal on it. But Rary was like, yo, I want to open that seal. And he tried to force it with magic, and the entire city blew up. So now it's just a crater, unfortunately.
Okay.
She's also like, hey, you guys, did you, so I know that, like, sometimes I come back and a bunch of you are dead, but, like, what happened?
Well, you killed Jarmy.
I didn't.
Yeah, you did.
I did not kill
And
Jarmy.
then I totally saw you do it. And then, what happened? Oh, right. Man, Randall got punched by a golem.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was really dangerous.
That's just kind of how it went, Kingsmill. But to be fair, I don't think it was actually you. It was just a poser.
It wasn't me. Who was it?
Some fox thing.
The demon whipped our butts. Like a lot.
What did it look like?
You? A fox.
I'm trying to remember exactly what it looked like. Can you give us the name of it again?
I mean,
I don't have it written.
I was gonna
It's
say
an
I
Arcanoloth,
can't.
right?
Yeah, I can't. It's an Arcanoloth, but it didn't.
man.
It had a very specific description. It was.
I do remember it had a jackal head.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
So Anger's like, yeah, it had the head of a jackal, and it was real mean, and I didn't like it as I killed my best friend Jarmy. Single tear.
Single tear. Kingsmill was like, oh no.
Red cloak.
Oh no. That's you might have had a run-in with the Crimson Duke. That's not good. That's like really bad. That's like Rary's like number 3 person. Well, they're not a person. They're an Arcanoloth, but they're very powerful and very evil. And I saw them a couple times at the dig site when I was working for Rary, and I kind of just avoided them as much as possible because they scared the heck out of me.
Well, apparently, they ran in this Arcanoloth. This, what did you call it again?
The Crimson Duke.
The Crimson Duke. He grabbed some scrolls that pointed us in the direction of Enmekar, got the information and set it on fire and teleported away.
Oh.
So now you're telling me that Rary knows where the secret of the Scorpion Crown is.
Wait, did he have any like but none of Rory's other troops are around, and Kingsmill sort of just looks around. Why would the Crimson Duke just come by himself? He commands like a bunch of soldiers.
That's a really good question.
I haven't had a lot of time to process this as we were floating back and forth in time.
That's odd, but Rary might know.
Do you think Rary's sending them out on special missions to all the ruins in the area to look for something, and he just happened to run into us?
Maybe. It's weird that he knew we were here if none of the rest of them seemed to know we're here.
Well,
Everybody empty your pockets. Who's got a tracking device? I need to know right now. What magical thing is holding us back?
I have this magical dagger.
Seems safe.
Yeah.
I mean, as safe as
I
a
think
dagger
so.
can be. Did you, she's looking around and she's just like, hey, Cramble, where'd you
Yeah?
get that mask?
Off that witch. Remember? Remember there was that, like,
Yeah.
the wizard?
Mm-hmm.
She tried to kill us.
Oh, well, yeah, no, she was pretty mean.
I got that from her.
She had a bunch of Rary's Norkers with her, didn't she? So she definitely worked for him.
Oh. Do you think we should ditch this mask?
You might want to ditch that mask. It might be a tracking device.
I'll take the mask off. And then, like a frisbee, I'll throw it. Or I'll give it to Onion, and Onion will throw it like a frisbee.
And I'll
As
Anger
far
will
as
hold
he
up his
can.
hand and be like, wait. I mean, if they could track us with this, can we track where they are with this? Can we do like a reverse tracking situation?
If you got powerful divination magic, maybe.
I've got a god that I can pray to.
Oh. That might do
And I'll
it.
take the mask and I'll like kneel down and with it in front of me, and I'll do like and I'll start praying to Weejass to point us in a direction that this jackal-headed red-cloaked monster went.
Ooh, that's an interesting idea. I like that. Roll me a 1d6.
That's a 1.
Hey, there you go. No, you as you're concentrating,
Mm-hmm.
you hear the voice of your god speak out to you in booming tones from above. The creature you seek is beyond the Brass Hills to the north.
And my eyes kind of roll back in my head, and then I hear this. Does everybody hear this, or is it just me?
It's just you. Everybody
Just you,
else
so I
just
hear
sees
it.
you weirding out.
I think that this prayer thing really seems like an anger issue.
Oh, that's really bad.
And then I'll my eyes will come back, and I'll kind of stand up really crazy, and I'm just like, Brass Hills north. Yeah, we gotta go.
All right.
And so I look back at the map, and I'm like, that also seems to take us directly to Rary's tower.
Well, north of the Brass Hills, if you go around them like the
Opposite way
yeah.
of the tower.
you would avoid the tower. And you can, because you're sort of at like the southern edge of the Brass Hills. If you go along the coast, you could probably do it. Oh, so you guys
We're
gonna
pretty well
It's a direction
supplied.
to go. Yeah, we can camel it up.
camel it up? You gonna head out?
Yeah.
Up on them camels.
I'm
We got
assuming
2
it's
extra
midday.
camels
Yeah.
We can like take off now, or do we need to rest up or anything?
You could rest up and head out in the morning. I'm
Okay.
just gonna fast forward if you do.
Then I can get some hit points.
Though I will point out that you are kind of in a race right now.
That's true.
Just saying.
Sen, what do you think?
How many people are still injured after that fight? I know I'm down a few.
Anger's
I'm
at
okay.
7 out of 20 hit points.
Yeah. So anger,
Cramble is fine.
would he be able to rest if like someone drove his camel for him and we went slow? Full stop.
Probably not. No, I don't think that would work.
Oh. Well, I would say make use of the rest of the day for traveling. Find a place to stop that's not here. Then let's ditch that mask, and then we can rest. And that way we're fresh for whatever new horrors we face in the desert tomorrow.
Yeah, there you go. All right, you head out. You travel for the rest of the day. You rest, regain 1d3 hit points. You travel the next day. You travel the day after that. Cool. Okay. 3 days pass traveling through the desert. You go around the Brass Hills and start going north, sort of along the edge of them. So regain 2 more d6 or d3 hit dice, or hit points. And if you want to be casting healing spells while you're doing this for the days in which nothing happens, feel free to do that. On the evening of the third day, yes, the evening of the third day, you're camping. What is your watch situation like?
Cramble. Get out there and watch it.
I don't know. What are your thoughts?
I'm looking up cleric spells so I can heal myself. Sorry.
You want to just do if
1d6 plus 1. Okay.
Yeah. If you want to just do 3 watches, it can be like Cramble, Sen, and Anger, and then they'll just be like retainers with you, right? For each of the 3.
Yeah.
All right.
Cramble, take first watch.
Okay.
Takes first watch.
Davis, roll 1d6.
I got a 2.
Oh, there you go. Okay, nothing happens. Michaela, roll 1d6 on your watch.
That is a 5.
There you go. Okay, so you hanging out doing your watch, and suddenly, out of the darkness of the desert, this arrow just zips towards you. What's your armor class?
My armor class is 9.
Okay.
I'm a magic user. Oh wait, no, it's 10.
Oh, okay.
I have shield.
The arrow hits you, dealing 2 points of damage. Hits you in the side, and with that, you hear the battle cry of what you've come to recognize as those goblinoid Norker things, and maybe some people, as more arrows start to fire out of the darkness, and these goblinoids start running towards the campsite, wielding clubs.
Everybody wake up! We're being ambushed by goblinoids.
Yeah, we are now in combat.
Oh no!
So Michaela, you and a retainer are awake, clothed, possibly armored. Everyone else is sitting out the first round because they're, waking up. And once they do wake up, they're not going to have armor on. So, if you would like to roll 1d6 for initiative.
Sure. 2.
Well, congratulations, I rolled a 1. So, anybody cast spells? You want to cast a spell?
Nope. Actually, wait, is it dark out?
It is dark out.
I will cast light.
Okay, cool. All right. The retainer who's with you, you get to choose somebody, whoever you'd like. They can make a melee attack, missile attack, whatever they'd like.
Okay. Let's say that my retainer with me is Elson. And Elson's gonna make a melee attack with his mace. Forgot to get a d20 out. Okay, that is a 17
Definitely hits.
and 3 damage.
3 damage. Elson swings his mace at the first of these goblinoids that's running towards you and just brains him. And the goblin flies off to the side, neck broken.
Ooh.
Yeah. Cool.
Wah, wah, wah.
Your spell goes off. Light is cast. You now have a good look at the area. There's gotta be a dozen of these goblins, and there are 6 desert nomad humans that have either scimitars and they are coming forward, or bows and arrows. They are on camelback.
Okay.
They charge, but they can't quite get to you yet. Or at least the humans that have melee weapons charge, but they can't quite get to you yet. A couple goblins are going to attack you and Elson and maybe some of the sleeping people. Or waking up people, rather. Okay. A sling bolt whizzes right past Sen's head, not hitting. A sling bolt hits Elson. 3 points of damage. Oh, I should change the music. I should make it more dramatic. More dramatic!
Fight music.
Yeah, there we go. Okay. And a sword-wielding goblin is going to attack Anand. What's Anand's armor class when not wearing armor?
Base is 9, right?
I think so, yes. So if they have a dex mod, it would be whatever that...
I think he doesn't have a dex mod. I think it's just 9.
So that's going to hit. Another one is going to attack Anger. And that's also going to hit. Another one's going to attack Elson. And that's going to miss. Okay. Anand, 5 points of damage.
Not too bad. That's actually pretty rough.
Anger, 4 points of damage.
Yeah.
Elson, 2 points of damage.
Okay.
And the rest of them have not been able to get to you yet. As these creatures begin to ring around the party, surrounding you. We enter another round. Everyone who was asleep is now up, awake. Whoever would like to roll initiative for the party can do so.
I'll do it. That's a 3.
Oh, that's not enough. Okay. Would anyone like to cast a spell? Just asking.
I would.
Okay.
Anger the Cleric would like to cast Hold Person on multiple people.
Oh, nice.
Specifically the riders in the back with the scimitars, I think.
Nice.
Cramble will launch a magic missile at one of the riders.
Nice. Okay. You guys noticed something at the beginning of this round? You can't see the moon or the stars. The sky has darkened considerably. Storm clouds have suddenly moved in. So, they get to make their ranged attacks and melee attacks first because they want on initiative.
So much dice.
There's a lot of dice. There's a lot of attacks happening right now. Arrows are zipping to and fro. Missing most of you, luckily. What?
Can I change my spell?
Yeah, if you want.
To sleep. I'll use the mask since we still have it.
Okay, sure. Cool. Arrows zipping to and fro. Oh, who do we have on the battlefield right now? Everybody, right? I believe so. Should look up my little spreadsheet that has everybody's characters on it. But Cramble is going to get hit with an arrow and take 3 points of damage.
All right. Oof.
Let's see here. Imol gets hit with an arrow and gets dealt 4 points of damage, which does, I don't think that'll drop them. No, it won't. Relificent gets hit with an arrow, taking 5 points of damage.
Okay.
And
Ouch.
a couple melee attacks happen. One of them hits. It hits. Oh no, what happened? Document. Okay. Elson takes another 2 points of damage. It is your guys' turns.
Cool. I cast sleep.
Range attacks go off, spells go off, melee attacks go off.
Yeah.
If any range attacks happen, and they happen, then spells.
Anand will shoot an arrow at one of the dudes on camels.
Sure.
Yeah.
Roll to hit.
Wow. That is an 8 plus. I have the belt of giant strength. What is that? Plus 8.
Oh yeah, that hits. I shouldn't have even had you roll. Deal damage.
So that is 1d6. 2 damage.
Your damage dice are doubled, or is that only with melee weapons? Mine only with melee weapons.
I don't think it's with ranged weapons.
Okay.
I don't think it says, but I feel like that might be a little bit too powerful.
Sure. You hit. Deal some damage. You deal some damage. The guy's like, ah!
Haha! Back!
Cool. So far, still not looking great for you guys. Spells go off. Tell me what happens.
I roll a d4. That's a 4.
Uh-huh.
So my words. My hold person spell affects 4 individuals, and they must make a saving throw versus spells.
Does it matter what hit dice they have?
If they have 4 + 1 hit die, they are unaffected.
Okay, that doesn't matter then.
Why doesn't it just say 5?
I don't. I need to ask
1?
somebody about that because I really am not sure. 2 of them fail, 2 of them succeed.
Okay, so 2 people are held.
And
I
those
guess,
are,
for
and you said
9
those are
turns.
the humans in the
Yeah,
back?
I was trying to get the guys on the camels to hopefully spook the goblins to leave us alone.
Yeah, so 2 of those guys just freeze in place, but their camels, like, they're guys with scimitars, but their camels were charging forward. So as the camels keep going, and the guys just fall off of them because they can't move. And then the camels get very confused. So they sort of turn around and they look back at their rider. The rider's still just laying there on the ground like this. Can't move at all.
I'll say, your riders have abandoned you. Leave, goblins, now.
What's your alignment?
You're asking the tough questions today, Lex. Lawful.
The goblins have no freaking idea what you're saying.
Okay.
I mean, unless you speak goblin, but I'm going to assume you don't.
No, but I can still say it, and it sounds really cool to the audience and to me.
Yeah, sure.
So
that's fine. Okay, other spells.
Sleep. It's 2d8 of creatures under 2 hit dice, right? 3 hit dice?
I'm going to tell you that will affect the goblins, as you might expect.
Yeah, so let's see how many creatures it affects. That is 5.
Okay, cool. So did they get a save?
I think they make a save.
Okay.
The spell is very vague.
The spell is kind of big. I mean, if it doesn't say, then
the
they
spell
probably
causes
don't.
magical slumber to come upon creatures, excluding undead.
They might just put them to sleep.
If they're under 4 hit die or lower, I think they just go to sleep.
Yeah, they just go to sleep.
Yeah. I mean, if you rolled 5 of them, so 5 of the goblins just fall over, snoozing, and some of the other goblins are just like, What are you doing? What you got? And they're gonna, like, one of them turns back to like try and wake up his friend, and some of the other ones like haven't noticed, and another one's like, whoa, there's like way less people on our side than there were a second ago. The end of that round. A bolt of lightning streaks across the sky. and you hear, instead of a boom of thunder, the roar of a dragon. And swooping down from above the cloud cover is this gigantic blue dragon. Huge beast. Swoops down, the clouds just part as its wings cut through them. And it opens its mouth. You see sparks of electricity sort of arcing between its different teeth, and its serpentine neck rears back and then snaps forward, and a bolt of lightning just blasts forth from its maw, hitting the sand and a bunch of the goblins, basically decimating all of them, because there's no way, even if they save, that they cannot get dealt lethal damage from this. And the sand just glasses when the lightning hits it, and their corpses, or their bodies explode. And then the dragon swoops over and just prepares to do another strafing run. Next round, roll initiative for your group. There are now, let's see, so there were 12 goblins. You brained one of them right off the bat. You put 5 to sleep, which left us with half, 6. And then 5 of them were destroyed by the lightning blast. So there is 1 goblin, and there were 6 humans on camelback. 4 of them are paralyzed, so there are 2 left. What did you get for your group?
Are you rolling it, Davis?
I got a 3.
Okay. Dragon gets a 6. Bad guys get a 4.
Ugh.
Dragon comes around to do another strafing run and blasts another bolt of lightning. Again, is not directed at your party or your campsite at all. Kills the humans in the back that had bows and arrows. Just hits them. I mean, I'm going to make saving throws for them to see if they're completely dead. Hey, that guy might have lived. Oh, no. Okay, so, yeah, this lightning bolt hits them, and again, just exploded. And just this smoking crater and glassed sand in that area. And then the dragon sort of swoops up and then down and lands on a hill overlooking the party and the campsite. And it just kind of sits kind of like in a human pose a little bit, and puts its clawed hand under its chin and just watches you guys. It is now the goblin's turn. There's 1 goblin. That's all that's left. That 1 goblin looks around and it's just he says something that you don't understand, but you're positive it translates to F this. Tries to wake up one of his friends, who does sort of rouse from their sleep, because I'm pretty sure the magical slumber works where you can just wake up the people. And then that goblin looks around and is like, oh no! And then they just both grab each other and start running off into the desert.
Holding on to each other. You need someone to be scared with.
Mm-hmm. It's true. It is now the party's turn.
All right, guys, let's just go to sleep again.
There is a dragon right there, Onion.
Yep. Hello. And he waves at the dragon. Good night.
The dragon nods at you, continuing to watch you.
Anger will say, "Thank you, mighty dragon. We just 1 second," and he'll take out a dagger and go kill the sleeping goblins so they don't wake up.
Sen will help you, because Sen has the magic dagger that's +3 against goblins.
Oh yeah, I forgot about
Fantastic.
that.
Really useful. Dude, so He just wants to be useful.
Okay.
So, you know, helping you out.
Uh,
Just smiling up at the dragon.
the dragon's just looking at you, and you just see lightning is like playing across its form, like Raiden from Mortal Kombat. So cool. It's got just this huge scaled beast. It looks, now that it's still and you're getting a good look at it, it looks very old. The scales are all sort of like cracked and worn, and it has these two spiraling like ram-like horns coming out of the back of its head. And it sort of folds its wings and just waits. But that's it for that round. If you're not attacking the dragon and the dragon's not attacking you, we're going to drop out of combat.
Cool. I'm down with that.
Okay. I'm going to switch my music. You finish stabbing those goblins and maybe those people who are paralyzed. You commit some murder, some light murder. And
Do they have anything on their bodies?
They've got some gold. They've got some gold. Go ahead and roll me.
There's a giant dragon watching us, and we're just like, let's loot these bodies first.
They've got scimitars. Some of them have spears. They've got leather armor and bows and arrows. Nothing magical in that respect.
We're just cleaning up. We'll come and we're just cleaning up.
The dragon has made no move to talk to you, and is just sort of like makes like this hand gesture.
Yeah, yeah, so you do.
As your roll me 66 somebody, or we can split that up between multiple people if we want.
I'll roll 1d6.
I'll roll 2.
I will also roll 2.
Does that leave me with 1d6 to roll?
If you
I
want.
believe it does.
I got a 5.
Ooh.
I got a 4 and a 1.
4 and a 3.
I got a 2. So that's 19 if I counted right.
Yep. You find 19 gold pieces.
Nice.
Yahtzee.
And as you're picking up all that loot, you hear noise coming from over a nearby sand dune. Someone just breathing very heavily, like they're in a full sprint.
Do you guys hear that? Someone's hyperventilating. We need to save them.
Onion, shut up.
Oh, I was always told not to interrupt people when they're breathing like that.
Cramble's gonna kick Onion's. Wait. You're snoring.
Coming over the dune is a short figure. Edith, if you'd like to describe that however you want.
So he's a short figure, a dwarf from what you can surmise, but he's got quite a close cropped beard. He's tall for a dwarf, but very short for a human, and he's got some chainmail on, and he's carrying a little spear, and he looks very fatigued. He's like, and he looks up and he sees you and he goes, oh shit, and he's got a horn strapped around it, and he pulls it around and he goes, and he's like, and he says, hear ye, ye have all basked in the greatness of Volte, great worm of the dunes, the azure terror, the scourge of sound, the most ancient and beautiful, the living storm, the sovereign of the bright lands, the mistress of Dagger Rock, the all-knowing and all-powerful, the eater of nights, the foe of Rary the traitor.
Wow!
Clap. Just like,
Hi!
that's awesome.
That's excellent.
Yes, it's
What?
hello all. Oh, yeah, this message is brought to you by me.
Who are you?
I am Midge the Merciless.
Oh, it's a pleasure to meet you, Mitch the Merciless.
I
What? I don't remember really long names. I'm trying, but what shall we call this beautiful dragon?
She is Vault, great worm of the dunes.
Okay.
The azure terror, scourge of Solm, the most ancient and beautiful.
I
The
know.
living. Look, I don't want to say this either, but she
Papa.
is every time. The sovereign of the bright lands, the mistress of Dagger Rock, the all-knowing and all-powerful, the eater of nights, the foe of Rary the traitor. And
Oh,
it is.
we're foes of Rary the Traitor too.
Oh, aren't we all?
Yeah, that guy's the worst.
Aren't we all? I hate Rary. What a prick.
And the dragon now speaks up, and she's like, Midge, you've never even met the man. I'm sure you'd get along with him swimmingly.
Look, no one would call him the traitor. What are you defending him for?
Oh no, he's horrible. I'm definitely
Alright.
going to destroy him.
Oh, cool.
And if you ever joined up with him, I'd also eat you. But I'm sure you get along with him quite well.
Do you mind, my mistress, if I have a tiny lie down now? I'm somewhat fatigued.
That is not appropriate. We were in front of guests.
Oh, of course not. Of course not.
Look, I dropped you off a mile from the location. I felt like that was hardly any distance at all. I really don't know what you're complaining about.
I'm not. I would never deign to complain your blueness.
The dragon is just like, so now that I have been properly introduced by my ward, I noticed you out here, and I noticed that Rary's forces want you dead for some reason or another. Maybe you're just trespassers, or maybe something else. But I saw you and I thought, there's some people who can fit into small spaces and can do something for me and are enemies of my enemy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm totally looking for friends. That sounds great.
Yes.
Well, we want to not let Mary, win. So we've been trying to kind of find stuff to stop him. And
We're chasing one of his lieutenants right now, actually.
Oh, it isn't Robilar, is it? I hate that guy.
It's the Crimson Duke.
Haven't run into them.
And they're in Arcanoloth. Jackalhead.
Oh, that sounds terribly dangerous for you.
Yeah.
yeah,
He killed one of our friends.
yeah, we pretty much almost all died. So,
I mean, isn't that how it is though? Your lives are short and mostly meaningless. I don't assume you're used to each other dying, right? That I assume that happens on a regular basis.
More
Oh.
than you know. Single tier.
Single tier.
no, my mom always used to tell me that my life was meaningless too. Reminds me of home.
Oh.
Vault, the great worm of the dunes, sovereign of the bright lands, the foe of Rary the traitor, etc. First of all, thank you for saving us from these goblins. I want to emphasize that without your help, I think we would have all died again.
Oh, I love killing goblins. No, what are they called here? Norkers? Yes. They're not very good to eat. They're very chewy. But the humans might
Stuck
be
in your
good.
teeth.
And she like picks up one of the paralyzed guys you killed and is just like, and then just tosses him into her mouth and crunches down on him.
Well, my God, that is terrifying. Yes.
Not bad. Pretty good. Definitely, prime of their life. Good quality meat there. Are you gonna eat the rest of those?
No,
Oh,
not in the
excellent.
slightest.
Do your thing.
Go for it.
And then she picks up some of the other ones, and then she turns to Midge. She's like, Midge, you may have one of the goblins. And then she
So,
Oh,
how did
thank
meet
you,
up?
your lordness. Pardon?
How did you come to be in the service of a dragon, Mitch?
Oh, well, I was, regular, standard, vagabond, adventurer, walker of ways, you know, walking around the bright lands as anyone would in search of fame, fortune, treasure, the like. And, well, it was with my party. I had friends too, so don't the three of you think that you're special just because you know people, all right? I know people, I did. But then, one day, I was just traveling along, and her greatness here came along and killed all my friends.
Oh,
but seeing as she thought, well, it's a little bit embarrassing, but at the time I did quite a natty jig, a dance that is, and she took a liking to me, and I've been in her employ ever since as her herald.
Volt stops eating for a second. She's like, "Oh, his jig is delightful. Do it again. Do it. I need to see it. It's so good.
Please don't make me. Please, I'm quite.
It's like, oh, come on, come on. I'll give you another goblin."
Oh, another goblin, joy of joys, of course, and he dances a jig, but he's like stone faced while he does it. He's like,
And the dragon just claps in the background. It's like, it's so funny the way his little legs move. Oh, I love it.
oh, they are little.
Oh.
I serve at your pleasure.
She goes back to eating.
wow, well, it really seems like a great opportunity. Good for you.
Look, it keeps me out of trouble. The holiday. Well, the holidays don't exist. The pays also doesn't exist, and I pray for death. Anyway.
Don't we all? You're funny.
No, forgive me for saying this. Why are you all out standing here in the desert? That's a stupid thing to do. Why are you here?
We're chasing this Crimson Duke.
Now, is he quite hot? Why do they call him that? Is it his face? Does he have a strange face? Or
Yes.
and a hat?
All of the above.
So it's like a theme, a color theme,
Yes.
right? And is he into blood and that, things like that?
Seemed to be the case.
Oh well,
Yeah.
I hope he lives a fruitful life. Better
We
than
don't.
mine.
We want to kill him.
Oh, okay. Well,
We'd like him dead.
Yeah.
look. Good luck with that.
Your
Oh,
great
but-
wormness, Rary seems to be looking for something called the Scorpion Crown. We have fear that he might have found the location of it via this Crimson Duke fellow that destroyed most of our party.
Oh, he killed your friend, right?
Yeah.
She looks over at you and she's like, Rary is looking for the Scorpion Crown. That's what he's doing in the desert.
Yes.
I
Yeah, that's what we think
see.
so.
You see, he came to me a year or so back, said, "Hey, Volt, you're the best all around, best around here. Let me search your
He
lands."
said exactly that.
That's exactly what he
exact-
said.
That's
I've-
exactly what he said.
Witnessed. And signed testimonial. So he he paid me all due respect, heaped treasures at my scaly feet. It was great. But then he said, "Yo, let me just look around in the Brightlands." And I said, "Hey man, I hear tell from these desert nomads before I eat them that you are claiming the Brightlands as your new empire, and like that's not okay because this is my land. Hey, You can't just come in here and take this. That you can't just claim eminent domain on this. This is the people live on this land. So, I was like, hey, you can't do that. So naturally, we got in a little bit of a fight. He threw some spells at me. I breathed lightning at him. A pitched battle. I was obviously going to win.
Obviously.
But you know, we had to part ways. He back to his tower. I had to fly back to my my rock, and ever since then he's just been sending people after me. Most recently he sent this jerk named Robilar, some knight.
A bastard.
Yeah, no, I mean, you saw what happened. I mean, I kicked his butt. Didn't get a chance to kill him. He escaped me a little bit. Another minute with him would have done him in. But
her blueness was about to smite him, and then he spat on her like a filthy fiend.
Oh my gosh, it was the worst. So I am not very happy. But if Rary is looking for that crown, I remember that crown from back in the day.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I know where it is.
You do?
I do. I was the one who let... Oh, that Mage King, what was his name? Shadados, I think? I let him go and build his weird magical laboratory out in the desert to make it. He paid me very handsomely for the privilege.
Oh, totally. Okay, cool. And would that be Enmekar?
Yeah, I think that's what he called it. I don't know, I haven't seen the place around recently, but I do remember where it's supposed to be. I can tell you that.
Oh, that'd be super great.
Excellent. This is a great arrangement. So if you just go do this little thing for me, I can tell you that information and send you on your way.
Yeah, totally.
I'm in it.
Yeah, what's the deets? Spill the beans, sister.
Oh. Well, apparently Rary had some sort of special book stolen by some little adventurers like yourselves. I found out about it. They ran to a nearby cave and haven't come out. It's a little too small for me to fit inside, so I haven't really been able to go in and look for it. And I don't think Midge could handle it by themselves.
I agree.
I mean, and then Volt just sort of turns to you and tries to do like the whisper thing, but like it's a dragon, so it's very booming and loud, so there's nothing being cut off in terms of volume. It's like he's not, just between you and I, he really can't handle himself very well. He needs someone to take care of him.
Oh yeah, we can see that.
Well,
Yes.
I mean, arriving late to announce you and all, like it's
I know. I'm sorry about that.
You're such a nice
I'm sorry
dragon.
too. So
How
yes,
many of these little us-sized creatures did you see run into this cave?
3, 4. I can never tell with you people. You're so.
Yeah, we all look alike. I got it.
It might have been
alright.
one of them might have been 2 small ones standing on each other's shoulders with a trench coat or something. I can't tell. I don't know.
Yeah,
Yeah, you
that's
don't
how
know
I
when
get
that's
into
happening.
movie theaters.
That's freaking desert children.
Desert kids. You know what I'm talking about though? Desert kids. They're the worst. You know what I'm talking about? They're like little guys. They run around.
Are you talking about the Norkers? And she points towards like the charred remains. Those are they're full grown creatures, I think. I don't think they're children. They act like children.
It's just like what they're
Maybe
called.
it's a new thing.
Yeah.
Well,
They're real small, so maybe not on your radar.
yeah, I mean I mostly just step on them. They're basically ants. So yeah, if you just need to travel a day or two north along the Brass Hills, and you will find the cave entrance. I think it's a gorge, something like that. Small river. I believe. Should be...
A ravine. A ravine.
Yes, that was it, Midge. It was a ravine. See? Very good, very
Yes.
good. Oh, and Midge, you will go with them because I need somebody to
that's
keep an
not-
eye.
Oh, should I? No, surely I'd need to be with you to herald your arrival after you've done it all the
Oh,
time.
no, I mean, I'm going to be fine by myself for a little while, and I need to make sure that someone is watching these little people, a little person watching some little people, just to make sure they don't do something silly like try and take Rary's book for themselves or whatnot.
Right. And when they find the book, I should do what with the book?
Just have them bring it back to me, make sure it gets back.
And where will you be? You do fly around a lot.
I'll try and wait outside of the ravine for you people.
Oh, surely. All right.
I do
Okay.
have a couple things some errands to run, some things
Right.
to take care of, but I should be back by the time you're done.
Yeah, you'll find me. You always do.
I do. So just don't. I'm giving you a lot of free reign and responsibility on this, so I just want to make sure that you don't get. And she sort of leans in close to Midge. You don't get any ideas about running out with joining any new friends?
Oh no, I only need you as a friend, my mistress.
Good to hear. Excellent. And she gives you her claw comes down to give you like a pat on the shoulder, but it's like very hard and it knocks you over.
Oh, thank you. That was very reassuring. Your blueness.
So like I said, along Brass Hills, about 2 days ride from here. It's a ravine, you can't miss it. But I have to go handle some things. I have to deal with some more of these wizards' forces in the area.
All right, yeah, we'll do that, and we'll get back to you in the jiff.
Have a lovely time. I'll see you soon.
Yeah. Oh, you too. Have a good one.
Midge, is she gonna devour us all?
This
hasn't
encounter
left
has
yet.
been brought to you by Volte, the great worm of the dunes, the azure terror, scourge of Solomon, the most ancient and beautiful, the living storm, the foreign sovereign of the bright land, the mistress of Dagger Rock, the all-knowing, the all-powerful, the eater of nights, the foe of Rary the traitor. I'm sorry, I don't have to do that, but one time, she went away, and she wants me to do it every time after she arrives and after she leaves.
Yeah.
With the dragons are weird with time. And one time I thought, oh, she's gone, I don't have to do it, but she'd just gone over a cliff, and she came back and she killed all my new friends. So I thought,
Yeah.
it's protocol.
Safe than sorry, yeah.
Right.
So yeah, she just launches off into the air and through the clouds, and she's just gone.
Are you? I mean, it seems like a real high-pressure job.
Oh, it is merciless.
Is that how you got your name?
Look, she just thought it sounded funny that I should be called that.
You know, it seems like a not very healthy relationship. Like, she doesn't respect you that much.
Oh, like she could kill me at any second? Yeah. No doy.
You want out? Like, do you?
Of course I want out. You think I want to run around after a frickin' dragon who could, she could carry me? She could carry me places, but she says she doesn't understand the concept of a herald. A herald goes before, but she's so impatient. Anyway, it's stupid. It's stupid, and this is my life. This is my little life, running around after a dragon. Anyway, look.
Oh, is that her right behind you?
Oh, hey.
Oh, sorry, just a little joke.
Oh,
Anger.
Wow, Anchor.
Anyway, we best get
Anchor
going and find this stupid book.
Should we
Let's go
start?
book
Do
hunting.
you want to use a camel? We have a camel you could use. Probably be.
Wait, do you guys have horses or things like that?
Yeah,
Well,
we've got
camels
camels.
are the horses of the sea of the desert.
Yes, I'm sure someone said that once. You right
did.
now.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah. All right.
You're really good at this heralding thing.
I'm good at it.
Yeah.
Well, that's the first compliment I've heard in so long. I don't even know what. What do you want? What is this?
I just want you to be happy. So let's
Okay,
do
well-
this move and we'll figure out how to get you back in the workforce somewhere better. We can talk about resumes,
All right.
Walk and talk.
That sounds good. That sounds good. I try and mount a camel.
I mean, you could do it. It's a little more difficult because you're a dwarf, but the camels can crouch down. I mean, they're, trained to be ridden, so they
How many humps does this camel have?
1.
10.
10.
It's a 10 humped
It's
camel.
1d4 hump.
Okay. I'm rolling for humps.
Humps.
It's 4 humps. I rolled a 4. It's
Oh,
a 4.
there you go.
Nice. This horrible mutant.
It's a very long camel.
It's really uncomfortable with all those
The
humps.
limousine of camels.
You get up there. You're on
Check
that
out
camel.
my stretch camel.
When was the last time you got to actually ride on something instead of just running around?
Oh, it's like he feels like it's a dream until he's like, ow, 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 ow.
Oh. So you guys head off?
Let's
You
do it.
do.
Yeah.
All right.
So now let's go to this ridge.
You travel 2 days. Heal 2d3 or hit points, plus any healing spells you want to cast for anyone who is injured.
So much healing.
You do not come across anything in those 2 days. And make sure you're marking off supplies and whatnot. Okay, let's see here. Bring up my document. Okay. On the morning of the third day, you come across a twisting sandstone canyon with a small river at its heart. Looks like it's a little bit of a climb down there. The stones seem precarious in certain areas.
There's a path, or is there just
No.
straight climbing?
Straight climbing.
Straight up climbing.
And sorry, I was looking at the chat in the stream. Are we going down or up?
You're going down.
Down into the ravine. Okay.
Going down
Yeah.
into the ravine.
Looks like the sides of the ravine are dotted with a couple different little cave entrances.
Ooh.
You just hear Elton in the background. Ah, climbing. This reminds me of Mallory. Oh, the friends we've lost.
So many.
Oh, Sen.
Oh no.
Mallory. That's a nice.
Yes.
She was a very nice person.
Very good at
Dead
opening
now,
chests.
as we all will be, if we're lucky. All right.
That's what we could do. As a backup, if we can't find you a new job, we could help you die.
Oh, suicide pact.
That's fine. I'll be fine. I'll be fine. I'll be fine. It'll
Just let us
come soon.
We could totally kill you if you needed.
have a lot of
Okay,
service.
well, this has taken a turn, hasn't it? Well,
We don't want to kill you. I mean, you're kind.
We can
Oh,
also find
hey.
you like therapy.
there,
one
wait,
just
what's
like-
that? What's this?
I'll tell you all about it. It's real good. And it will make you feel less sad.
Oh wow!
Like booze.
Oh wow!
Kingsmill
But-
pipes up from the background. Is there booze? Does someone have booze?
No, we're just comparing the similarities of alcoholism to therapy. It's fine.
Alcoholism is easier and better.
But we'll also kill you.
Why would you? What? Why? No, it'll be.
Okay. All right, hang tight, Midge. I'm gonna go talk to Kingsmill about therapy.
You go and have a conversation with Kingsmill about therapy. How are you guys climbing down into this ravine?
Anger gets a rope and ties it to like a rock or something up top, and then throws it down over the ravine.
Okay.
And gestures to his party and says, "After you."
All right.
It's a very sturdy rope, and then the knot comes undone, and sorry, let me just fix that real quick.
Gives it the pull for security, and it just comes right off.
Yeah.
Well, need to redo this.
It's better now.
So, people climbing down. If you are a thief, you only need to roll a whatever you roll your percentage for climbing. If not, I'm gonna need a D6 roll from I'm not gonna say everyone. Roll for yourself and your retainers as one roll.
Onin can climb walls real good.
What kind of roll do I want?
I got a 73 out of a 93% chance.
Oh yeah, you're fine. Eden, what did you say you
wait.
got for your
Wait,
D6?
are we doing percentile dice?
If you're a thief, you get to do that because you have a special skill for climbing. But if you're
Okay,
anybody else, you
otherwise-
just need to roll a D6.
I rolled a 3,
Okay.
and I've got dexterity 12.
All right. What rolls did other people get?
Anger uses his fancy telekinesis ring to rise up and float down on the side of it.
How many charges you got left on that?
I've got one charge after this.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
You use that ring. You're at the bottom of the ravine.
My people got a 5 on a d6.
Okay. While you are climbing downward, so it was like Sen,
Ruificent, and Elson.
Rufficent, and Ellison are going probably last out of everybody. And as you're climbing down, you're going down the rope and you're getting like footholds and stuff on the rock. And Sen just goes to step on a piece of rock, and when they do, the rock just goes free of them, and it starts rocks tumbling downward.
Oh boy, this is why I failed PE. Oh.
Or no, actually, I'm gonna say that you guys were going. Let's say you were going first. Rocks are tumbling downward, so the rope is fine because the rock it's secured to is okay, but rocks are flying past you and hitting you. Anybody above you three are totally fine, so Midge is fine. I assume the thieves that either rolled well or climbed down separately are fine. Let's see. And all right. So I need you to take.
Ooh boy.
Oh, I rolled really poorly.
Hey, nobody died.
Yeah, everybody, or I should say, your three, Michaela, take 3 damage each. I rolled really low on that.
Do they all get trapped with like rocks, like wedging them against a thing, but just out of reach of each other, so they all have to cut their arms off and trek back to civilization, like 127 hours?
It's just like 3 individual things of 127 hours.
You nailed it. You got it.
The whole thing.
Sen doesn't look so good. So Elsa, my big cleric, just scoops him up in his big strong arms and like carries him over. He's like, "It's okay."
There goes my hero.
uh,
That's very touching.
with that, everybody's able to get down. The mini rock slide was way less impressive than I thought it would be, and you notice that there's a series of caves, right, sort of dotting the sides of this ravine, but there's one large one in particular that is the front of which is strewn with bones.
Hmm. Well, let's not go in there then, shall we? Or so wait,
You,
like bones? Like people have just like chucked them out the front, just like garbage?
Would you like to go
Like-
inspect them?
Oh, sure.
Okay.
I get my spear out. Midge gets his spear out and kind of looks
Pokes
at the
them.
bones.
These bones seem familiar. They're very similar to the pack beasts that you just left up at the top of the ravine. They look like they are camel bones. Like something ate these 3 camels, probably tore them apart and snacked on them.
Right.
And there's like dried blood.
Oh, so they're not like bleached white. They're kind of there's bits of skin and
Yeah,
things
but
like that
it's
as well.
pretty rotted. There isn't much left of the carcass because most of it looks like it was eaten. But yeah,
Right, like teeth marks on the bones
Yep.
and things like that.
definitely.
Oh, good. Well, this is grand, isn't it? Grand. Oh, let's go in the cave, shall we? Get eaten. It'll be fine, he says. Oh, it'll be fine. Anyway. To our doom then.
To our doom.
You stand outside this dark cave in the middle of this sandstone ravine, the walls of which are sort of like ribboned with that patterning that sandstone tends to have, the flowing rock. And as you go to enter inside, we will be taking a break. So we will be breaking for 10 to 15 minutes. And when we return, Davis will unfortunately not be with us. He needs to go. But hey, we'll see you in a minute. Audience, everybody, hope you're enjoying the game thus far.
Ooh, it's got a warning intended for mature audience.
Bum bum bum. Yeah, I don't remember. Hey, we're back, everyone. Hi, how's it going? I don't remember what the actual channel's rating is, but I like to keep the game PG-13. I was telling everyone, and I'll tell the audience too, because I don't know if I've told the audience yet. The concept for this game was just me watching Brendan Fraser's The Mummy over and over and being like, you know what? I just want to make that as a D&D campaign. Let's do it. Except more people die. That's the only difference, really.
Yeah, this is all leading up to the point where Dwayne the Rock Johnson, attached to a scorpion body, a scorpion centaur shows up.
Is that going to happen in this campaign?
And carries us away in his big arms. All of it.
Talks about what he's cooking. Is just really nice because I guess he's really nice in real life.
Really nice.
Yeah.
And you just hang out with him. You just hang out with
$1
Dwayne.
billion smile.
Yeah.
Goes bling.
You hang out with Scorpion Dwayne for the last. That's the last
Scorpion
session.
Dwayne.
Yeah.
Works
Yeah.
for me.
All right. Let's see here. Yeah, but we're back. This is Seekers of Scorpion Crown on the Greyhawk channel. We lost Davis. He fell into a black hole. He's gone forever, unfortunately. No, he just had some stuff he had to deal with today that came up suddenly. So he will not be joining us for the rest of the session. We are down to just Jordan, Michaela, and our special guest, Eden Lacey of the Dragon Friends.
Pleasure to be.
Yeah.
Can Davis be 127 hours though? Like,
Yeah, sure. We'll do that. His
just trapped.
his
just
character
trapped
is
under a
just
rock.
trapped in there, and everyone forgot about him.
Yeah, and his retinue is just like trying to shift this boulder. He'll be fine.
Yeah.
It'll be fine.
It'll be fine. So yeah, you guys are standing at the entrance to a dark and forbidding cave. Cramble will not be entering into the cave because he's trapped in a boulder and because Davis isn't here. Immel will not be entering into the cave because Wild Engineer is not here. But yeah, what characters are going to be going in there besides obviously Midge?
I've just got Anger, and he'll cautiously follow Midge in. Weapon drawn.
Let's do this. Off we go then to find a stupid book.
Michaela, you may play two characters if you'd like, because 4-character party is still pretty balanced.
Okay, I'm fine with doing that. I'll do Elson and Sen like I have been.
Okay.
Hi ho, it's off to work we go. To kill some things and find a book. Hi ho, hey ho, hey ho, hey ho.
Midge, you can see totally fine because you're a dwarf and you have infravision.
Infravision.
Nobody else. I don't know if elves get it or if there are any elves with you right now, but I don't think anybody else can see very well right now.
No.
I'll light a torch if I have to.
You have that mace.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I
Yeah.
bring my fire mace. I speak its
Nice.
magic word, flame on, and I'll carry that around as a torch.
All right.
Elson will carry a torch too. Or Rue, one of them.
Sure. Yeah, you see these sort of twisting, smooth caverns. So like that sort of banded sandstone. And let's see what the opening chamber looks like. There is a natural spring bubbling from the corner of this room. Water looks clear and good. Let's see here. There is also... here we go. A large natural sandstone chamber. There's equipment strewn all around the floor of this area. Rope, a grappling hook, flint and steel. You see a overturned lantern, a crowbar, an empty water skin, and a knapsack that is sort of just laying on its side, and it looks like there might still be some stuff in it. There Yeah, there's also a large entryway that winds towards another chamber beyond, like big, like 15-foot wide, sort of cave mouth opening at the far end of this little chamber here.
I'll dip my toe in the water. Is it safe?
Seems fine.
Okay. I'll maybe refill my water skin.
Okay.
If it looks safe to drink.
Hang tight on that one for a second.
hang tight on it.
What's in that backpack?
If you go search through it, there are several scraps of paper that look like they have writing on them, and 2 potions of healing.
A ring-a-ding-ding.
Never mind, go for it. Go drink the water. Whatever. Just watch you carefully.
Potions of healing. Potions of healing. Alright, well, I wonder if we'll need these. Potions of healing. And some corpses. Corpses, or are they fresh or more like bones?
No. Scraps of paper with writing on them. There's no.
Oh.
And there's no corpse.
That got dark really quick.
Yeah, I don't know how you got corpses out of that. There's no corpses in this room whatsoever. There's just equipment strewn all over the place.
I just start to assume where things are strewn, I assume there are corpses. But it's just someone messy has been here as opposed to someone who's dead. Okay, right.
Yeah, like something has rampaged through this area and just thrown the equipment all over the place. But there doesn't maybe there was a scuffle, but there's no blood or any bodies or anything like that.
What do the scraps of paper say?
Let's see. There are 3 of them. And I'm going to send you what they say in chat.
It's the Scorpion King's pancake recipe. It's a very detailed.
Yeah, it just pierces you to the core.
All right. Oh, interesting. Oh, all right.
If you'd like to read any of them, feel free.
Hear ye, hear ye. All right. I'll read this out. Quote. This one's by Kestrel the Fighter. Kestrel. I don't know if that sounds like a lady fighter, so I'll do it like this. We took shelter in this ravine after narrowly escaping the traitor. His minions dog us day and night. Do you think that means that he has a dog who's a minion? Or is that their minions dog us? Anyway, and night, but there is something else. I feel strange. Okay. Well, that's a strange thing to write on a scrap of paper and leave in a backpack. But anyway, here's another one. All right, this one's by Philip the Thief. Oh, I imagine he'd be like, oh, only been here a day and the damn water's gone bad. Okay, maybe don't drink that, anger. Anyway.
Okay, thank you.
Kestrel thinks it's a bad omen, but it's obviously just Rary's men trying to draw us out. Xandor just keeps his head buried in that book we stole, probably thinks he's better than us. It's the madness descending then. Anyway, okay, one more. This one's Xandor the Wizard. Okay. I bet he's older. Oh, quarter moon tonight. Good root. What? Good root here for purification potions. Okay. Not enough to clean the river, but maybe cure diseases? Useful. Strange rash on neck. Well, nobody needs to know that. Give that to yourself. Due to water? Oh, check alchemy supplies. Rary's tome is indecipherable.
Oh, I think I misspelled that. That was my bad.
I think Xandor spelt indecipherable wrong.
Yes.
some kind of code. So do they look like bits of like it was a diary that's been kind of trashed, or that they've left these notes here as their final will and testament before they died?
I don't know.
Where are their bodies?
Couldn't say. Where are their bodies?
Interesting. Okay, don't. Where are these? I look around like for roots, whatever this root they talk about is, for the good root.
If you would like to spend a turn, which is 10 minutes in this version of D&D, you can search the area for anything.
All right, I'll have a look.
Okay.
I'll spend it. I mean, what do we want to charge on?
I think that when you search, you just either you roll 1d6 or you just find whatever's out in the open, unless you're looking for stuff that would be hidden, like traps and things like that.
I'm rolling a d6. I mean, I may as well look for traps too, because I'm a dwarf who's cool at things, you know?
Yeah.
Detect traps, 2 and 6. Ooh, I rolled a 4.
Okay, well then...
That's the wrong number.
Nope. So, yeah, you don't find anything else. Although, over the course of that time, Anger, while you're sort of hanging out, being like, oh, I guess I better pour this water back. You start pouring the water back in. You hear a noise, a sort of echoing, like a scream, kind of, but strangely inhuman. If you've ever heard a goat scream, it sounds kind of like that.
No, that's horrifying. Okay.
Can you do that for us?
No, I can't do that. I can't do it.
Like the one from the Taylor Swift video?
Yeah, exactly.
I'm also too embarrassed to try. Yeah.
It echoes through the caves, but you can't really tell if it's coming from outside or farther in because of the way it's echoing off of the ravine and the sort of interior of the caverns.
We're not alone, guys. There's some kind of screaming goat creature. Can't tell where it is. Did you hear that? Did any of you hear that?
Yeah, you guys would have.
Oh boy.
Midge,
I hate
you
goats.
sound like you know something.
I hate goats. I just don't like them. They're not trustworthy.
Oh, but goats are so nice. They'll just eat anything.
Exactly. like a frickin' crocodile or a cannibal.
Yeah. Those things, every time I think of those things, all I can think of is, man, that reminds me of a goat. This really ominous car in the background.
Oof. All right. So, well, it probably isn't outside. That's where I'm putting my money.
Yeah, I think you're probably right.
Let's go towards the danger, like fools. All right.
Yay.
This is life. This is my lot in life.
Buddy, if you need to talk, it's okay.
It's
just
fine.
Get it all out. You have a break
fine.
From your captor. Just
look. It's just. You know what? It's fine. It's fine.
Okay, buddy. Just pat you on the shoulder.
Thank you. Thank you for that. Thank you. It's good. Thank you. Oof.
Oh, okay. You go towards the next chamber. So you walk down this sort of winding cavern. It empties into a large chamber that branches off. Has 3 different pathways out of it. This room contains an axe, bits of wood that look like they had been sort of discarded bits of wood that had been chopped up. There's some rope that seems to be tied around them in certain places. And just some other random things lying around. Like there's a bronze cook pot like on its side. A few other odds and ends sort of piled up. But the weird thing about this sort of room is that it looks like someone had decided to hang clothes in here to dry. So they pinioned rope into the walls. And there's just clothes draped over ropes along kind of the perimeter of this chamber. Oh, and the caves that branch off from this, there's 1 smaller one and 2 large ones. This is what you see as you enter the room.
So people have been living here, but there's no sign of life and no skeletons.
No, no skeletons.
Hmm.
You can
We didn't
search
see-
this random piles of junk. There might be something good.
Oh, I'm
we
looking
didn't
for
see human bones, only camel bones and stuff at the
Correct.
entrance to this
Yes.
place. Okay,
Hmm.
Okay. So yeah, is somebody gonna search around?
I'll search
Yeah.
around.
Okay.
Me too.
As you walk forward,
Great.
towards the pile of junk in the room, you hear a snapping sound at your feet, and quickly followed by the sound of rope pulling taut. What do you do?
Oh, I should have looked for traps.
You look for traps in the wrong room.
I looked in the wrong room.
Do I hear something? Is the snap like above us? Is it below us?
The snap was at your feet. The sounds of ropes sort of pulling and going through, like the sound that ropes make when there's like a metal thing that they're in, like when rigging is moving really fast. I'm thinking of like the Goonies. Do you remember the Goonies when traps got set off in that and you heard all the rope sort of moving around?
Yes.
It sounds exactly like that, and it's all around you.
It's a very Steven Spielberg trap
Yes.
that's been set up. Midge hits the deck.
All right.
Anger is gonna jump backwards. Try to because I don't want to go forward. I want to jump backwards.
Okay.
I guess.
Mhm.
Michaela, what do your two characters do?
Elson will hold a shield up and ready a weapon, and Zen will jump backwards.
Okay. You see the all of the clothes that are hung around the walls suddenly just move inward, like it's and you realize that they've all been sewn together, and the ropes they're hanging from are actually built and rigged up to snap shut, so it's like a net.
Oh.
And all of them just close in on you, and you're wrapped up in all of these linens and sheets and things, except for the people that jump backward. They jump backward and are not in that. But
This is just Elson.
so that's Midge hit the deck, so they're kind
Okay.
of in it, but they're it's a little, they're sort of tangled in clothes, but they're not. They don't have to worry about this next part that I'm gonna say. So the people who jump backward can see what is beyond the hanging clothes, which is a little more of the cavern, and two crossbows that were rigged to fire, which then both fire. So
shoot.
let's see here. Elson put up a shield. Roll 1d6 for me. Because you're kind of getting jostled around from the net enclosing you, and you're not necessarily, you didn't know where these crossbows were set up when you put the shield up.
Yeah. Okay, 6.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So one of the crossbow bolts just plinks off of the shield. The other one, though, is on the other side of the room, so it comes right at you.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Okay.
4 points of damage as the crossbow bolt just hits you in the back. So one of them plinks off your shield, and you're like, yeah! And another hits you right in the back.
No! Oh, my back.
And you didn't see either of them because there's just sheets over your eyes. Midge doesn't know what's going on because there's sheets over your eyes, and you might have heard the crossbows, but you didn't see them. Whereas everybody else just saw all of this happen.
Yeah, I just keep my head down. Just wait for it all to be over.
I mean, the crossbows don't keep firing. They were just both rigged to fire once.
Okay. So it goes quiet after that?
Yep.
Okay, I'll start to, I guess, pull out a dagger and cut myself out of the net and... Well,
Yeah.
that was, a
Well,
trap.
that sucked.
Yeah, that was a trap.
They
I
really
should've-
pulled the wool over our eyes there.
It was cleverly disguised, wasn't it? I thought, oh, just a campsite that people have been hacked. But no. All right. Well,
Yeah, I never thought about using laundry as a boot trap.
it's ingenious. Fair play.
Yeah,
Fair play.
they done good, and Elson's like holding his back, and he's gonna cast Cure Wounds. Cure Light Wounds.
Just a light wound cure.
For 2 hit points.
Yikes!
Keep
Isn't
it
that
light.
minimum?
Yep,
Oof.
that's literally the worst I could have done.
Whew. Whew. Oh,
Oof.
goodness.
Oof.
Sucks.
If it gets dire, I've got heaps of potions now. I'm lousy with potions.
Yeah. I might want one of those. That sounds pretty nice.
Okay, so there's 2 passages out of this room.
There's also a pile of stuff you haven't gotten a chance to search yet. The trap went off.
I'm gonna search the pile for traps because I'm suspicious
There you
now.
go.
I'm doing the thing. I rolled a 5.
Okay. You don't find any traps, but you do find. So there's a bronze cook pot. There is a bundle of wild roots. There is a set of thieves' tools. And was that it? That might have been it. That was it.
Cool.
Oh, I'm sorry. There, you also find one piece of paper over in that pile of stuff.
Oh, goody, more paper.
This whole dungeon is just about me making you read text.
Reading more text.
What do your dwarf eyes see on that paper?
Oh, this one's by Philip. Oh, it's Philip again. What did he sound like? Oh, he was sneaky. My jaw hurts. All right, Whinger. Forehead too. Stupid bad supplies and stupid rotten river. I asked Xandor for a potion, but no, he's too busy. Wants me to give him my bronze cookpot to make his dumb potion. Hells no, that's my treasure fair and square. And Kestrel, well, she just does whatever he says, doesn't she? I'll set traps for the man, but that's only because it's the only sensible thing he said. There's some nasty beastie stalking us down here. I ain't hanging around to get eaten. I'm out of here in the morning. Just gotta grab the rest of my loot from its secret spot.
Wow.
Well, that's not helpful, is it?
Yeah, there's something to be said for stream of consciousness diaries. It's really
Perhaps he was
helpful.
dictating.
Yeah, maybe. Ooh.
Perhaps.
Ah.
Perhaps.
Would anyone like to search any other sections of the room?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
covered 2
pot area, the overturned bronze pot.
Well,
I
that's
wanna-
what Midge was checking out.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Let's take that pot with us. Never
Yeah.
have.
Never have too much pot.
You can never have too much. Where did he keep? So I've got all my dwarf skills, right?
Mm-hmm.
And one of my dwarf skills is I've got detect traps and also detect construction tricks. I'm just gonna snoop around trying to think where he might find his secret stash.
Sure.
I'm looking for his secret stash. I'm rolling it. 4. That's
Ooh.
middle of the road.
Hmm.
Is that the right number?
I'm
Did I
pretty
find it?
sure you're detecting. I'm pretty sure it's 2 and 6 is your detection. So 4
Yeah, it's 2.
won't be enough.
But do I want a 1? Do I want a 1 and a 2 or
Yeah.
a 5 and a 6?
I think you want to 1
Oh,
and
1
2.
and 2. You want to roll low?
Yeah.
I dig it.
So, no luck on that. You all hear a sound echoing through the caves once again. It sounds like a hissing. The
Nice.
yeah. The rest of you were searching some areas. If you'd like to roll me dice for that, when you search, you generally have a 1 and 6, unless you have a skill that gives you some sort of better chance than that.
I rolled a 4.
Mm.
Searching. Nada.
Nada.
Michaela, were you looking for stuff? Can't remember.
Yes.
Okay.
Should I roll separately for my characters or just together?
Yeah, you can roll separately.
Okay, I got a 5 and a 2.
Oh. Is there any reason why a 2 would work for you? I don't know what abilities your characters have, but I don't think you have any sort of searching abilities.
No, it's a cleric and a magic user.
Okay. All right. So, yeah, you guys are not sure.
We're not sure.
You haven't found anything particularly useful other than the already stated things in the room.
All right. Well, look.
Let's bring the food, bring the pot, and see if we can find the secret spot.
The secret spot.
The secret
so-
that stash, you know, that good stash.
Look, I think we search around in this room again on the way back. All right. Now.
So there's 3 passages, 2 large passages and 1 smaller passage.
I want to look at the entrance of the passages and see if I can detect construction tricks.
Okay, roll 1d6.
1.
Hey, there you go. You notice something. It's not really a construction trick, but you do notice a thing. There is footprints, like there's some sand along the floor, and you can tell that there are footprints leading to one of the large passages, a lot of foot traffic, and then the small passage, one set of footprints has been in and out of there. The other large passage, no one has gone in there.
Now, there's light traffic in the little one and heavy traffic in this one. Do we want light traffic or heavy traffic? Ooh.
If I was going to hide my thieving treasure hoard, it might be in a place that has low foot traffic.
Yes. Let's go down and check that out then, shall we?
Sure.
Let's do it.
Okay.
And I'm gonna going down that smaller passageway with the light foot traffic. I'm gonna move cautiously and check for more traps
Okay.
as I go. 4, I get killed by a trap.
You can come out. You move cautiously, very narrow passageway through the rock, and it empties into a very small side chamber that looks completely empty, except someone threw like a cloak down onto the floor.
Okay.
Is there a lot of dust on the cloak? Like it's been there for a while, or?
No more than anything else that you've found so far.
I'm gonna.
A turn is 10
Can
minutes,
we-
correct?
Correct.
Can we shoot the cloak?
Just shoot it.
You
Throw a
flash-
rock on it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
or
throw
the
a rock on it. Great idea.
All right. You grab a rock and throw it on the cloak, and the rock hits the cloak and then falls, and the cloak falls, and you see that the cloak was covering a crudely constructed like a pit trap type thing. So there was like a very thin lattice work of wood. The cloak was thrown on top of it. This looks like this little side chamber has like a natural pit in it, and that was just covered by this. So if you had stepped on that, you would have fallen through and down into that pit and hit some rocks. It would have been very painful.
Yeah, that does sound like it.
There is a small little pathway of rock that you can shimmy along the side of the chamber that goes like halfway around and stops at the far side of the chamber. But again, there's nothing else in the chamber.
And no exits through the chamber?
Nope.
You know what? I want to shimmy around that boundary
Sure.
to the end of the chamber and look for this stash. If there's anywhere this stash is, this is where the stash is. This is a good place to stash a stash.
Yeah, it's a good idea.
Okay.
Go to the end of the room.
So you shimmy around. How are you going to look for the stash?
With my hands.
Ah, okay. Just feeling along the wall?
Mm-hmm.
There is a stone that is loose as you're feeling along the wall.
Ooh. Oh,
I think there's a low. Okay.
Exclamation point above your head. And you're just
Yeah.
like, oh.
I pull it out.
All right. There looks like there's a bundle of things that are like inside a little hole in the rock, naturally forming hole in the rock that this stone has just been put in front of. So you can pull that out if you want.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that.
You do it.
Sweet.
There is so it looks like a bundle of things, and there's like a little vial that is on top of it. And as you pull it out, the vial sort of clinks and falls over and cracks.
Uh-oh.
And this green smoke just sort of emanates from it.
Oh no.
Did you make me a save versus poison?
God damn thieves poisoning everyone. Bastard. 2.
Oh no, this is a D20 roll, and you want to roll over your save versus poison on your character sheet, which I think for you is like 8.
Poison, it's 6, and I rolled a 15.
Yeah, you're fine. You're a dwarf.
So
Dwarves don't care.
Fine. I actually love this.
Yeah.
I feel great.
You snort it.
Oh yeah.
It smells great.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
Singes your nostril hairs a little bit.
Oh.
That's good. It's a fine vintage.
Yeah.
Is there anything behind the vial?
So there was that bundle of stuff, and the vial was on top of it. So pulling out the bundle of stuff causes the vial to fall over. But the bundle of stuff, now you can unwrap that and see what's in it if you want.
What's in the bundle?
Okay, roll 1d10, and then roll 10d100, and then roll 1d6.
Wait.
10d100?
Roll 1d10, roll 10d100, and then roll... Or I guess you could roll...
No. I want to roll 10d100.
If you want. It's easier if you have a digital dice roller, but I understand if you're using physical dice, that's kind of annoying.
009 is 109, isn't it? No, it's just 9. Okay, so 9. 1. Wow, this is good. 89.
There you go.
25. 71. 43. 90. 6.
Kitty cat.
56. 45. Stop me anytime now.
Yeah, I don't know which one you're on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, you're already done. So 45 is the 10th roll. So let's see. You now I need to do some basic addition.
It's time to do some basic addition. Here.
Welcome to the Greyhawk musical. We're here with Eden Lacey.
Gonna do that basic addition. Thank you. I'll be here all week. No, actually, just for today.
I'm just here for today.
Just here for today. This is it. This is the beginning and the end. Wait, do I need to roll any more dice?
Yes, roll 1d10 and 1d6. And give me those numbers separately.
D10 and a D6. The D10 roll is a 4, and the D6 roll is a 3.
There are 4 arrows and 3 gemstones.
Ooh.
Ooh. Here we thought there was going to be something bad.
The arrows look super fancy.
Ooh.
And the gemstones, I mean, they look nice. They're nice gemstones. Let's see.
The nice gemstones. Those are some nice looking gemstones. Wow.
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 Mm.
Wow. Those are some nice looking gemstones. I am into it. So good.
And you also find wrapped in a sort of just within the cloth as well. 434 435 gold pieces.
435
Yes.
of a possible 10,000? No. Of a possible 1,000, right?
Of a possible 1,000.
435 gold pieces?
Yeah. If I did my math right, I think I did.
Yeah, I believe you.
So the
I'm still on your party's loot.
still all the party's loot. Yeah, those arrows look very fancy, and I guess I'll just tell you those are +2 magical arrows.
Wow. Wow. Oh, that's what's happening. Does anybody have a use for these?
Does anybody have a bow?
That is a negative.
Anyway, we'll save them for later. It'll
Yeah.
be fine.
Maybe somebody has one.
Maybe Emil can finally graduate from using a sling to a bow.
I don't
Like-
know. Slings are pretty dangerous.
Yeah. Just throwing rocks at people's heads.
I mean, Mallory killed like 3 people with a sling.
That's true. Well, Mallory was an edge case here.
Mallory.
So, yeah, that's what you find. That's what's in there.
Stash sorted.
Oh, also the
Right.
3 gemstones are worth 50 gold pieces each.
Sweet.
All right. I'm writing this down, but you guys can keep it all, obviously.
Oh, well, thank you.
Mitch is like, I mean, I'm just gonna hold on to this, but you guys can, you'll have it
You can have
later.
Hey, obviously, strip this from my corpse when I die, but for now,
Yeah, sure. I mean, that's the like baseline establishment we've made
Right.
with all our party members.
yeah, right. Yeah, right. You know, we never really own anything. We just take care of it for a while. That's my feeling on it.
Ooh.
That's really poetic.
You should write a book. Words of Wisdom by Midge.
Mitch the
you-
Merciless.
You know what? That's a
I
good
mean,
idea.
We're after a book. You want to write a book. It's books on books.
Literary
Practically
fiction.
writes itself.
We're finding
But
all these
listen,
very stream of
mm.
conscious journal entries.
Okay, I guess we go back to the bigger chamber.
Yeah, as you're venturing back there, you hear another sound louder this time, echoing through the cavern. Sounds like a lion roaring.
What?
Oh.
This is crazy.
I would like to go to the area that had no traveled footwork
Sure,
and cast Detect Evil.
sure.
Do I detect any evil?
No, you don't detect any
No.
evil. You don't
There's
detect
no
anything.
evil.
There's no
No
good.
general
there's no evil.
sense of evil.
No evil to speak of.
Objects enchanted for an evil purpose are caused to glow magically. Are there any evil purpose objects that are evil?
No,
Well, waste of a spell slot.
sorry.
Well, not really, because now we know it's not.
You know you
That
don't have any
category.
cursed items. None of the stuff you found in that stash is cursed.
There we go.
That's pretty handy.
That's pretty handy.
Because I'm not going to tell you if the item's cursed. I'm going to wait till you use it, and then I'm going to tell you what the curse is.
Of course.
So, whew.
Do you want to go down the road least traveled or the road most traveled?
I think the traveled road might be the way to, but that's just me.
Traveled
I
road
think.
sounds great.
Yeah. Because we're looking for the book.
Yep.
The book.
Okay. So you
Travel
travel
road,
down that hallway.
Mm-hmm.
As you're traveling down that hallway, you hear a snapping sound under your feet.
No, I knew I was going to look for a trap. Why do I always... Why does it always...
I got you. I was like, I wonder if they're gonna say it. All right. You hear a snapping sound under your feet. What do you do?
I hit the deck again.
Okay.
I also hit the deck.
Sure.
Did we all walk out onto this?
It's just in this large cave hallway. So it's like, I mean,
Okay.
this is like 15 feet wide. So.
And the snapping sound is from under us?
Yes, it's a similar thing to earlier, which was a tripwire. So you assume that it was probably another one of those.
Okay, I'll dive backwards volleyball style.
Volleyball style. So
I
what
want to
is
be pro.
do both of your characters do that, or just one of your characters?
Yeah, both.
Okay. You see from around the corner of this chamber comes, like, swings towards you this very crudely made kind of what would it be like? Kind of like a it's pieces of wood that are on a hinge and have spikes lashed to them. But they look like the spikes are set really far apart. Like this was supposed to skewer something that's much bigger than you. So anyone who hit the deck is fine. It goes right over your heads. But because it's so much bigger, you can jump backwards, but you can't get enough distance because of how long the spikes on this thing are.
Gotcha. So we actually all did the right thing, right?
No,
You did not.
You did not.
No.
We hit the deck.
was
You
like-
jumped
well, I
backwards,
was-
and the spikes are still going
I
to get
wasn't
you.
jumping back. I was like wanted to fall.
Oh, you were-
instead
you
of
were rolling
forward. I was
backwards.
falling backwards.
Oh,
yeah.
you were
Oh,
rolling,
okay.
so you were going to you were hitting the deck sort of anyway, but you were going backwards in the process.
Yeah.
Okay,
Instead
well-
of like going forward, I wanted to go backwards.
Okay, well that's fine. So
Okay.
yeah, I thought you were just jumping backwards for a second there, but
no. It's like diving to the ground.
So yeah,
Yeah.
it just springs forward and hits against the cavern wall, and it kind of breaks in the process. But yeah,
Oof. This place is very unfriendly.
But this doesn't look like this trap was set for us. And I keep hearing weird noises.
Lion.
Maybe we should reset the trap, lure the creature here before it
None of
devours
us are-
us.
None of us are thieves, though. I'd rather just not mess with the traps,
It's true.
because it could go bad trying to reset it.
It's
Hey,
true.
but if you're feeling lucky, why not? You know, what do you got to lose?
Yeah.
My life,
Such as it
Yeah.
is.
such as it is.
You know, the war with Rary, that too. Like,
Midge is really
just
a
like the end
nihilist.
of the world.
He's given up. He's
given
like, well,
I can't wait for the sweet embrace of death. Why even bother trying to fight it? Why am I dodging these traps?
why am I touching? He's kidding.
So yeah, if you venture forward, you enter into a large cavern sort of chamber. This one has another large like entrance to a tunnel at the far end, quite big, probably 20 by 20 feet wide. And this room has a natural skylight, so you can see. So sunlight is shining in from above, and you see at the center of the room is a cook fire, so like a fire pit type thing going on, long since burned out. There's some wood stacked in the corner, and 3 bedrolls and 3 sets of clothing that are all torn apart. What else do I have in here?
Are there bodies inside the sets of clothing?
If you want to check, but it doesn't actually look like there are. It just looks like there's sets of clothing that were torn apart. Oh, there's also a cage in the corner, like a little metal cage, and there's a lizard just sort of scurrying around in it.
But could the lizard escape the cage if he wanted to?
No, I don't think so. It's a small cage, just little
A fine mesh.
Yeah, right.
The lizard is like a bearded dragon type.
Yeah, right. Searching
Like
for
a-
traps.
Like a basilisk.
right. I hear you. Searching for traps.
I rolled a 3, so I wouldn't find them if they're there anyway. Forget about it.
Okay. Yeah, you don't find any traps.
I'll
Oh,
walk
you
up
know
to
what?
the lizard.
I forgot. There's the way that rule is supposed to work is I'm supposed to roll it and then tell you if it's a yes or no, but not tell you what the roll was.
Right.
Duh, but I forgot. So you know
Leave it
what?
to you.
Fine.
It happens.
But yeah, no traps that you find.
Hmm.
What's everybody else doing while traps are being searched for?
I'm gonna walk up to this lizard in a cage and say, "What's your name, little? What's your name, little buddy?"
The lizard just kind of looks up at you. You see, its scales are actually like sort of they're not luminescent, but they shine sort of in the sunlight, and depending on how they catch the sunlight, they sort of range between like a red to a very like bright blue.
No, I'm gonna assume you meant torchlight because there's probably not any sun in this dungeon.
There's a natural skylight. Sunlight is coming in.
Missed that. Shoo. But when I talk to him, he doesn't respond.
No, it's a lizard.
All right, just checking. You never know with these fantasy games. Could be some magical talking lizard.
Yeah. Who can say?
Does he look agitated, like he wants out? Does he have food and water?
He does look agitated, like he wants out. He doesn't have food and water.
Well, we could give it some food.
I wonder if this guy will lead us somewhere if we let him out.
Do it.
Opening the
do it.
cage.
You open the cage. He scurries out of the cage.
I follow him.
Okay. He scurries. Just scurries off. Let's roll a. He basically doesn't want you to catch him because now he's out of the cage. So it kind of becomes this thing where he thinks you're trying to catch him, and he's just running around the room like under stuff, and you're like following him. And he's like, "Whoa, no!"
He does speak when you start to chase him.
Oh yeah. Hey man, get away from me!
Yeah, back up.
I knew it.
Respect my personal space.
Come back, magical talking lizard.
No.
Grant me a wish.
No.
All right, I kind of these clothes that are like ripped. Are there blood stains or anything, or is it just?
If you go to inspect them, you notice there are no blood stains on them.
No, it's just ripped up stuff. Something happened to these people. They were.
Whoa, my light.
Whoa, so much light.
Whoa!
My gel fell off my light.
There's a lot of there's something with the water. Sounds like these notes that people were. I'm putting the clues together in my brain.
Mm-hmm.
Something wrong with the water. Sounds like the people who wrote these notes had some kind of ailment that was causing them. Are we in a cave full of werewolves?
Werewolf cave. Only explanation.
Gotta be a werewolf cave.
Who is Michaela? Are either of your characters searching any part of the room? Any specific stuff?
Is there anything notable, like any piles or alcoves that haven't been explored yet?
There are. Oh, actually, Jordan, you find something when you're searching the clothes. I'll get to that in a second. But there's there looks like things have been strewn about quite a bit in this room, like in some of the others. So there are some piles off to the side if you want to try and search one of them.
Sure. What should I roll?
Roll 1d6.
3.
3. Okay, you find some stuff, and Jordan finds some stuff. Jordan, you find another diary entry. Actually, you both find other diary entries, but you also find some other things. So Jordan's diary entry is from Kestrel, and Sen's diary entry is from Xandor. And Jordan, you searching the bedrolls, you just find that. Sen finds what looks to be a book bag containing 2 books, and that's it, actually.
Okay. What are the books?
One of them is a spell book. It's like a wizard spell book. Sen's a wizard, right? Yeah. Yep. This wizard spell book contains 3 second level spells. Those spells are invisibility, mirror image, and wizard lock.
Okay. Mirror image.
Sweet.
I read my piece of paper, and it says, "Our water skins are almost empty, but Xandor's been working on a purification potion. He wants me to find an agama lizard. Apparently the creatures are prized for their skin, but he says he just needs its spit. I think that's for the potion. He's so hard to talk to sometimes. We keep hearing noises at night, but no one can agree on what it sounds like. Philip says it sounds like a goat, Zandor a reptile, and I swear it's a lion. Whatever it is, it hasn't made itself seen yet. I only hope I have the strength to fight it when it comes. I've only felt worse since we've arrived. Kestrel the fighter.
That was brilliant. You know, I like that.
Oh,
I thought that was very, you really embodied the character. So well done.
No. Wait, was
Looks
it
like we
Elsa?
lost our prize lizard. I shouldn't have let it out of the cage.
Yeah.
It's gone.
Whoops.
But we haven't
was-
drank the water yet, so we're okay.
Yeah.
I hope.
Well, did you drink the water though?
I
Anchor?
just stuck my toe in it. I didn't drink it.
Okay.
Am I feeling okay?
Yeah, you feel
And I
fine.
kind of have a little panic attack.
Yeah.
Did Sen or Elson find the Xandor note?
Either one.
Okay. Let's see. I'll say it's Elson. No. Elson's like, my note is from Xandor the Wizard. It says, half moon tonight, don't feel well. Rash worse. Trouble concentrating, hearing noises in the night. A creature living in the ravine. Asked Philip to set traps.
Okay, let's try that again, but with more, you know,
What?
something.
Or what?
Let me think on it.
You hear a cacophony of noises coming from. You can definitely tell now they're quite close, coming from the cave entrance or the tunnel at the other end of this room.
Midge is going to find a place to hide. Yep, that's it. Hide.
Sure.
Yep.
Roll 1d6.
5.
5.
Gosh, darn it. He's not hidden,
Midge is
but he's trying.
Midge just takes that big that big cook pot.
Mhm.
It's like, it's pretty big. It's like cauldron sized, and just puts it down on the ground and then crouches behind it. It's like, oh no, this won't work. And then tries to put it over their head and crouch down, but it's like not
Big
big
enough.
enough to cover their whole body. It's
And then
not.
just plans, and then just does this classic trap of just freezing and just hoping.
It can't see if you don't move.
Yeah, exactly.
Midge, I don't know if you thought about this, but if something's coming to eat you, you literally just put yourself in a cook pot.
Just don't draw attention to me.
Okay, nobody look at the man under the pot.
No, please.
Look away!
Please.
Nothing to see here.
Whatever is over in that corner of the room, look at any other location.
Anywhere but me.
Okay. What are other people doing?
Let's see. Is there just the entrance we came in and then another
Yes.
exit? Okay.
Oh, there's also the skylight. I guess you could try and climb up.
Mm.
No, I don't have anyone very athletic, so Elson's just kind of keep an eye on the entrance we came through,
Okay.
like a shield and a torch.
Mhm.
Anger doing anything?
Anger's also going to try and hide. There are like the sleeping bags and stuff and the pile of clothing. He's going to try and like dive under that.
This time I'm gonna remember to roll it instead of having you roll it.
Okay, roll it for me, Lex.
Boom. Oh my god. You've done such a great job. Everyone else looks
Fantastic.
over and they see like your legs sticking out. They're like,
My torch or my flaming mace is still
It's
on.
just still on. You're holding it above so it doesn't
Yeah.
burn the bed sheet.
I don't want to catch the plants or the blankets on fire.
But these bed rolls are also have been ripped apart. Looks like they were now that you're in it, you can tell. It looks like it was strained as if from the inside and then burst open.
telling you, it's cave of
Mm.
werewolves.
Cave of werewolves. Werewolf cave.
Werewolf cave.
Oh, I should point out,
Werewolf.
Sen, the other spell book, or the other
Yeah.
book that you found is not a spell book, but is rather a tome covered in arcane runes.
Oh.
When you open it
Yeah.
up to look in it, it looks like it's written in gibberish or some kind of code. It doesn't make any sense.
Okay,
The
I'm
book.
protecting it. This might be useful.
All right.
This might be
Hey,
useful.
look.
Right, boys.
Hey, how about this? I'll give you all of this gold and these gemstones for that book. Which
Why do you need this book?
Well, look, it's if I know anything. So if I,
Do you know anything?
That's not
well,
right.
it said Rary's. That's Rary's tome.
That's Rary's.
Yes. I should have concealed that from you longer, so you would have given it to me. But look, let's be honest. It's going to vault anyway. My mistress. And look, if I die, loot it from my corpse.
Well, I think actually it would be better if I carried it. That
Well,
way-
just make sure that you give it to the dragon, or I'll die. That's fine then.
I just don't want you to like. So listen, last time we had our friend come with us, she kind of turned into a bad guy and killed a bunch of us. So
Well, that sounds
I
like
think-
trust issues that you need to
Yeah.
work through. That's not
You
my
know-
problem, is it?
therapy is good for trust issues too, as well as being depressed and hating your job.
Wait, who are you talking about? Are you talking about me or you? Who are you?
Yeah.
I mean, it could be anybody really. I mean, such a
Right.
generic. How many people hate their jobs? Let's be honest.
Right, all of us.
Yeah, all
Mainly
of you.
me. Yeah, all of you, all of us.
All of just you.
Oh, just me? It's just me.
Huh? Maybe.
Just me then.
Well,
Yeah, I
either
get-
way, I think it would probably be good to just make sure, you know, like we have like this temporary mutual trust, just us working all together to bring the book out instead of like you leaving us to die or something, you know.
Speaking
I
of getting
mean-
the book out, there might be, although a charming conversation you two are having, there could be some kind of goat lion creature that is coming after us. Maybe we should get out towards our friend the dragon, deliver this book so we can get the information to go to Enmekar.
Well, that's a
Are
pretty
we
good
running?
idea.
Is that our plan, to run away? Wait, that is a good plan, isn't it? Shall we run away?
For a city past, I'm just gonna say.
All right, let's
Sure.
run away then.
But is there anything else we needed here? Is this what you were looking for?
For me, Rary's tome is all I really care for. That's
Okay. Well, if that's what your master told us to come in to get, then
yeah, Rary's tome. I mean, she is Rary's foe of Rary the traitor. Yes, if we can return this this tome to her, then we will get to live another day.
okay, sure.
Well, let's make like a rock and roll,
All right.
Let's yeah. Oh, I love
or
this.
crush a man's arm.
Make like
Cut
Make
to
like
Cramble outside, be like, I've got to cut off my arm. It's the only way I can get free. He's
Make
tying a
like an
tourniquet
ocean.
desperately and like putting something between his teeth to bite down on. So the
make like a lettuce and leaf.
oh gosh.
Make like an ocean and wave goodbye.
Oh no! Why haven't I kicked you out of this game yet?
Let's make like a goat and scream.
Cool. With that, you hear the scream of a goat as you turn to leave, and out of the darkness you see a goat head just comes out of the shadows, screaming at you. Followed by next to it a serpent's head, looks a little dragony, and then next to it the head of a lion. And they all move forward as one thing as you see this creature, a chimera, lumbers slowly towards you, each head making different noises.
What body is it attached to?
Oh, it is attached to, so it's a classic Chimera fashion, we have the 4 quarters of a lion, hind quarters of a goat, wings of a dragon, 3 heads, goat, lion, dragon.
A goat, lion, dragon head. Oh, you ugly. Wow, what is. Okay. Come on, Sen, let's go.
No, we're fighting now. You guys,
Oh, no.
you guys waited too
gotta-
long. You kept making puns. You kept-
We shouldn't have made so many puns.
Yeah, I want. Are we doing initiative first?
We are. Who would like to cast a spell? Anyone?
Me.
Okay. You announce your spell.
I'm
you
assuming hold person doesn't work on a creature because it says hold person.
What does the spell say specifically?
1 or more humans, demi-humans, or humanoid monsters.
Oh, okay. So you can hit a lot of stuff with that, but you can't hit a chimera with it.
Okay.
Definitely nothing humanoid about this.
All right. This will be great.
So that spell's being cast, and you can also choose to do full retreat at the start of a round. So you can choose to just run.
I choose to run.
Okay. Anger runs.
I've got 1 character left. I've been brave in the past, and I see how Lex plays games. So
I'm gonna say Allison is not gonna run, but Sen is gonna run.
Okay.
Because Midge is feeling heroic, he's going to take up the rear.
Okay.
And defend the rear while he's backing off.
Sure. Okay. That makes sense. So who would like to roll initiative for the party?
go, Michaela.
I will.
Okay.
Sure. It goes well every time. I got a 6.
Hey, there you go.
Yay.
So the party gets to act first. So I believe it is ranged attacks, or I'm sorry, movement, ranged attacks, spells, melee attacks. So if Midge is bringing up the rear, Midge uses their movement to back up.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Does anybody else? I mean, people who are in retreat, I assume they're already moving, so don't.
Okay, so Anchor and Sen moving. Elson will be behind Midge, I guess. So Midge is like the furthest in the back. Like, front, backward, forward, backwards.
Forward,
I'm
backwards.
Trying to remember all the the places. So, Midge, are you the one closest to the Chimera or farthest? What are you?
Closest.
Closest. Okay, so I'll let you be the closest. There, that's how I say that. what the heck am I?
Sure.
So, and Elson's gonna cast darkness on it.
Oh, that's interesting. Okay. I'm gonna look up darkness real quick to make sure I know what the deal is.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to pull it up here too.
Is that first level or
It's
second level?
It's first. It's the opposite.
Oh, it's light
of light.
inversed. Yeah. I
Yeah.
forgot. Spells. Spells can be inversed. Create a 15-foot radius area of magical blackness, preventing normal sight but not infravision. So actually, Midge can still see perfectly well, even though they're probably caught in this darkness spell. Let's see. Like light, it can alternately be used to blind creatures or dispel the light spell. Okay, so that creature or that area is quite dark, and you see the creature, the Chimera, is confused by the fact that now it can't see anything. I'll check to see if one of its heads has infravision, but I don't think that is the case.
Oh, I did something useful with
Yeah.
the spell.
You did?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, I mean, maybe a dragon would, but a goat or a lion definitely wouldn't. So I don't think it can see.
Yay!
So, and I assume you cast it centered on the creature, so that 15-foot area and like some of Midge is caught in it, but it doesn't matter for Midge. Basically, a big sphere of blackness just appears there. Cool.
Sweet.
So, melee attacks. Midge, would you like to attack this thing? It doesn't seem to be able to see.
No, I'd like to GTFO.
Oh, okay. That's fine.
I'm just gonna just keep backing out slowly, but then more quickly.
Okay. Slowly, but then quicker. Okay. The creature goes on its turn, and it is very upset that it can't see and begins running in a random direction.
Oh, no.
Uh,
But it's so light and darkness. Are they cast on objects or in just an area of space, and then it's stationary?
Let's see. It conjures light in a 15-foot radius. The magical light is sufficient for reading, but not as bright as daylight. The spell may be cast upon an object, in which case the light moves with the object. But an object is not a creature.
Okay.
You could have tried to blind the creature, which would have had this effect, but then it would have had to make a saving throw.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize they were different.
Yeah, it's so you can try and cast it on like the eyes of a creature and blind it. That's one of the uses of the light spell.
Okay.
But so you create a radius of darkness. The creature can't see because it's in darkness. It runs backward away from you guys because that was the direction I rolled. Out of the radius of darkness, and then looks around and can now see again. And turns around and just sees this sphere of darkness, which is between you and it.
Okay.
So it's because it has bestial intelligence, it is currently confused. Doesn't understand what's going on. We start another round. Would anyone like to cast a spell? Or do a full retreat?
Full retreat?
Everyone's doing a full retreat.
Full retreat.
Cool. You start running. This now becomes a chase sequence. The creature begins bashing around, trying to go in different directions. It ends up moving through the darkness entirely, and sees you and realizes what has happened and just starts bolting towards you. However, you have been able, it spends its round doing that, so you have a full round of movement.
Okay.
You are significantly ahead of it, but it is chasing you.
Cool. Is there anything we can like throw behind us as we run, like loose furniture, rubble, a convenient?
Oh, is there a stand of
object
oranges,
matter?
like a fruit stand that I can knock over as I jump over?
There you go. Some cardboard boxes.
Yeah, cardboard boxes.
Yeah.
Ball bearings.
I mean, there's a bunch of random stuff in all these rooms. Although you didn't reset any of the traps.
We did not.
No. Could have caught it up in a net. Could have had.
We didn't have a
crossbows.
thief. We all suck at this.
That's true.
We set them off in the first place.
I will point out that if you wanted to collect them, just because I forgot to point it out earlier, there are 2 crossbows that were there, so you could add 2 crossbows to your inventory, just as a side note. The creature continues to run after you. It assuming you're at a full sprint. I mean, it moves pretty fast, but you had a lot of distance on it, and you're sort of, it can't just run in a straight line, right? Because it's all these twisty caves. It is going to attempt to breathe fire at you out of the dragon head. Reptile
Oh no.
Oh.
10 foot wide, 50 foot long. Whew.
Holy cow.
Yep.
But straight line, right?
But it's a straight line. So it's going to try to do that. And you get a saving throw, I believe, versus Dragon Breath. Because it's exactly the thing. So save versus Dragon Breath. Add a +2 circumstance bonus.
On a d20?
Amazing.
Yep.
You want to roll over, correct?
Yes.
Yeah,
12.
that's a 6. So that's a failure for Jordan.
Yikes.
Ooh. I succeeded for both Sen and Elsin with a 21 over 16 and a what is this? 17 over 16.
And Eden, you said you got a 12, but you have like really good saves because you're a dwarf, so you're fine.
Yeah, my save is 10, so it's fine.
Okay, so let's see here.
Swear to God, if you kill my last character.
I'm about to kill your last character. Out of curiosity, how many hit points does your last character have?
20.
Oh, yeah, I'm not going to kill him.
Okay. I don't know if you're rolling like 8d6 or something awful.
It's not like that.
Gonna
I
get a
also
little
rolled like Garbo. So, let's see. It is 6 points of fire damage, but anyone who succeeded takes half.
3.
Okay.
What am I down to?
Ouchie. Oh my god. Don't die, son.
Oh no. Okay, so yeah, the creature continues to run after you. Another round happens. I assume everyone is just at a full sprint going through these caverns. Cool.
Just
You keep going.
bolt.
This creature keeps following you. It attempts to breathe fire again, but fails. 50% chance of breath attack. And it can't catch up to you quite yet. If it wasn't in such a confined space, you'd have a much different problem. But yeah, now you're able to burst out of the entrance of this cave. The creature is still running behind you. The rest of the party is there. What do you do?
Can we blow up the entrance behind us?
Yeah, just throw some dynamite in there. You'll be all good.
Yeah, let me see.
Do we have any dynamite?
I've got magic missile. I don't know if that would do. That's force damage, right?
Yeah, that's it's not a bad idea. There are some there might be some there's some rocks that look like they could be loosened above the top. You might be able to bring down, but you don't know if a single magic missile will be able to do it.
In a burst of nihilistic bravery, Midge is going to turn and face the Chimera and be like, "Run, you fools! Go live your petty, tiny lives, but just make sure that you give my mistress that book, so that at least my ghost can be at peace, and she won't find me and keep me running after her for the rest of my measly days. Run and help your friend out from under that rock."
cut to Cramble, and he's just like, the knife is real close. It's so close to...
Okay, don't have to tell me twice. It's looking there.
And so Midge charges towards the Chimera, trying to force it back into the cave.
Oh, cool. All right. Poking at it with your spear, yelling at it.
Yeah. You're ugly. You've got too many heads. It's too many.
3 is too many. 2 I could
There's
deal
too
with.
many.
But 3, what are you doing? 3's a crowd, man. The goat screams at you, and everyone else runs and begins climbing up the rope on the ravine wall. Oh, and that's the last anyone sees of Midge the Merciless.
I don't think Midge is dead. I think Midge is gonna be fine.
Midge might actually be fine, considering some of the items that I know Midge has.
Yeah. Just be like, look, just tell Vault I'm dead. Tell the dragon I died.
Can I?
Of course, I totally will.
Can I ask
Tell him-
you, after everyone's out of there, what specifically you do if you use any of your items?
Oh, my items.
So let's assume everyone's gone. They've all run. You've been slashing at this creature. It's slashed at you a couple times. You're not in great shape.
Yeah. Oh, and I've drunk all my healing potions.
Let's assume that. Sure.
I drink the potion of cloudy blue liquid.
Hey, there
I
we
don't know what it
go.
does.
You drink the potion of cloudy blue liquid, and your physical body evaporates into a cloud of smoke. All of your items just fall to the floor, and you turn into a cloud of smoke. You have cast gaseous form on yourself, and you can now just leave if you want. The creature can't hurt you.
Sweet freedom. Sweet freedom. Finally free.
Midge did it.
He did it. He broke the curse. He got out.
He's now naked, but he can rematerialize somewhere else
Yeah.
and is free of this creature.
Free of your obligations and all your earthly possessions.
Yes.
He runs a nice little cheese shop and dairy in a verdant vale somewhere now.
That's the epilogue. Is just Midge doing that.
Love
Yeah.
it.
Everybody else makes it to the top of the ravine while that battle is ensuing, and back to your camels and just book it out of there with the book.
Yep.
Book it with the
Huzzah.
book.
And that's gonna come to the close of the session. Wow, what a
Thanks, team.
Woo.
goofy thing. Did anyone figure out the twist of the session? Did the audience figure out the twist of the session?
Like the dad joke
No.
or the
What was going on
Like-
in the cave?
Oh, there was
I
a
stand- I
chimera in
stand by
there.
Werewolf Cave.
I mean, Werewolf Cave is close.
No, tell me.
They are the Chimera. They were cursed by Rary after they stole his book.
oh, like they
So
turned into
the reason why they're feeling ill is because of the curse, and that's why they burst out and then merged into one creature, and now they're the Chimera.
Gross.
The water is actually fine. You can drink it. There's nothing wrong with it.
Oh, they were cursed.
Yeah.
Oh, very
That's alright.
nice.
The other
Okay,
fun
we'll
thing
get
is
cursed.
if you would use that good root and the lizard spit and in the bronze cauldron, you could have made an antidote potion, which would have turned them back into 3 separate people.
Oh.
The more you...
Well,
Da-da-da-da.
The more you know.
Midge had the copper pot though. Dang.
Hmm. Anyway,
It was a
we
nice
had
pot.
some good pot, everybody. So we had a great session here. Thanks again to Ian Lacey from Dragon Friends for joining us. Can we, Eden, before you leave, can we get a real quick "I'm the best"?
I'm the best.
Very good, excellent. I needed
Thanks for
it.
having me.
Yeah, thanks so much for coming. I'm gonna go around real quick to people say who they are before we sign off. So Jordan, if you can tell people who you are and where they can find you online.
I'm Jordan. I'm Jordan with a PH in the middle on all of the social medias. You can find me there, Twitter, Instagram, everything. And I predominantly do YouTube stuff, so search for me there.
Very cool.
YouTube.
Michaela, where can people find you online?
I am McBoots42, but on Twitch I am It's McBoots42, and I am actually going to be going and playing some D&D on my channel in about 50 minutes here.
Sweet.
Everybody wants to-
Very cool. I am Lex, and you can find me on Twitter at Dank Dungeons. Did I fix the thing? Oh, I did. So yeah, you can find me on Twitter at Dank Dungeons, and you can follow me there for updates on all the things I do. I made an actual play fantasy comedy TV show, which is called Dank Dungeons on YouTube. I also write stuff for the DMs Guild once in a while. Joy of Monster Cooking just got a shout out in WebDM's newest video, and it was
Oh,
real
nice.
cool.
That's really cool.
Also has generated a lot of sales.
Nice.
I bet.
So thank you WebDM for that, side note. And yeah, so check me out on Twitter to follow the cool things that I do. Oh, I'm sorry, last thing I want to say, if you want to buy official merchandise for Seekers of the Scorpion Crown, I have a Teespring. And there's a shirt with the show graphics on it and everything you can buy.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah,
So is that linked?
it is. I don't have the link right now to paste in chat, but it is teespring.com/store/Lex's Teespring. I'm pretty sure it's linked on my Twitter, so you can go there. And
Okay,
find it.
yeah,
So
just go to the Twitter.
check it out there. Anyway, Eden.
Oh, I'm Eden Lacey, EDAN. But for D&D stuff, follow Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, the Dragon Friends. Dragon Friends. We've got a Twitch show, 2 a.m. Pacific. Tune in, or that's 7 p.m. on Thursdays, Sydney time. Dragon Friends.
Very nice.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thanks so much for being here.
So much for being here. It was nice to meet you.
It's my pleasure.
That was super
Midge
fun.
the Merciless
and
will live on.
Live
I
on.
hope your day goes better than Midge's.
Oh, mate, I've got so much of a day ahead of me.
All right.
Hang in there. Good.
Oh, thanks for watching, everybody, and see you next week.
See ya.
Bye.